Hey, hi everyone. My name is Gabriele. I'm the Director of People and Operation here at Savage Game Studios, and I'm gonna share a couple of words about our company and how we work. So, what are we? So, Savage was founded like about 1.5 years ago by four founders, and we are doing a looter shooter on mobile using Unreal Engine. Currently, we have two studios, one in Helsinki, where the headquarters is, and one in Berlin. So we are well funded. So we received 4.4 million in January to get us through the first stage of growth of the company, and now we are gearing up towards the second phase of our journey. So why are we doing shooters? So as you uh, we thought that like the shooter market is an underserved market. There are like a few successful shooters, but they pretty much use similar mechanics and similar. The games are very similar, and we think that with our team and with our expertise, we could carve a place into this very powerful market and ever growing. So as you can see from some of the data we are sharing here, like the revenue is increasing year by year, and currently the installs they surpass the hyper casual, which for a few years they have been like the most downloaded games in the mobile market. Um, and most of all, I think with the expertise of our team, we think we are in a good place to try and make it happen. So, which brings me to the next slide. I wanted to add a slide with our founders and talk a bit more about our team. So, as you can see here, we have founders that have been working on AAA and mobile and successful mobile games before, like the GTA franchise, Ratchet and Clank, World of Warship, and so on. So we think that by combining this expertise and mix mobile and AAA talent and knowledge, we had the foundation to establish ourselves as one of the top players in the market. About the team, so right now we are 20, 21 maybe. I think we have a couple of people joining in the next few weeks. So we are pretty much equally divided between Helsinki and Berlin. I would say that there is a couple more people in Berlin right now because our programming power is mostly there. And yeah, we are tripled actually the headcount during this year, but at the same time we are very aware of trying to make the right hires and not rush into just adding people in the teams, which means that culture is really important for us. Uh, a couple more words about the team. I think we were really lucky to have people from very big companies or that worked in very big projects. But at the same time, we try to leave our ego at the door and try to learn from each other since this is the first time really we are working together. This presentation is short, and this is actually the last slide, but probably is the most important. So it talks a little bit about the approach of the company. So as a company, we are not trying to put all our eggs in one basket, which means like, oh, let's make this one game, and if it doesn't work, end of story. No, while developing the game, we actually developed a shooter core, however you want to call it. But on top of Unreal Engine, we are making pretty much a massive repository of things so that we can create new games in the future in a faster way, and this will allow us to compete with bigger players or companies that have a bigger workforce, let's say. So while we develop this IP that you probably saw some videos, I think I uploaded a video of this. We have actually developed even more the engine, and this should be pretty much ready at the beginning of next year so that we can start forking. We can start to fork the company and make multiple prototypes and projects at the same time. This current IP that we are working on is set to launch. I'm not sure if it's a soft launch or more a technical launch, but let's call it soft launch by spring. So we are at a stage where we feel confident that we can put it in front of players, get some really good data, and work on the game. Um, and yeah, so this is where we are in terms of product. In terms of company, this company was founded during the pandemic, so we had to learn new ways to work that were a bit unknown to all of us, really. Uh, but now that we are slowly coming back to normal, it feels like it's so much easier because we have developed relationships and working methods through video calls. So now that it's actually seeing each other at the office, it's like, oh wow, actually, this is so much easier because we already built that. Um, yeah. So other things that maybe like why you should join Savage and what we are looking for. Uh, we have a few positions open on our website, mainly programmers, C++. We are looking for a real engine expertise. We offer like really competitive salaries. So even though we are a young company, pre-revenue, we think that uh, we we are not really acting or as a startup. Like, oh yeah, we can't really pay you that much. We believe that if someone um, deserves a salary, we are always ready to match it because it's about the talent that we are bringing in. On top of having competitive salaries, we offer stock options, um, and then we have various benefits. I didn't list them here because they change if you are either in Helsinki or Berlin. And then, of course, we offer relocation support to people that we are hiring from abroad. We are an international team, so from the get-go, we had 4 founders from 4 different nationalities, and now being 2021, we actually are 11 nationalities. So it's pretty cool. We have all different backgrounds. We can bring different expertise and different flavors in the company. We do hybrid work. I think this is where the industry is going or going back to. So we are happy to accommodate people if you need to work remote or not. But as a company, we are slowly going towards a hybrid work like everybody else, really. Yeah, and if you want to check out some of the positions, there is a link for our website, and you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or here on Pine, and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriele. I just want to remind you that Gabriele will be also available there during the networking session at the studio booth where you can get to ask more questions. But I have a question also, Gabriele, that interests me, and keep asking it from the companies joining. How do you build and maintain that work culture? Maybe you can elaborate a little bit on that.
Yeah, so actually, this is a perfect question because just yesterday, I had an interview with a candidate, and he asked me really the same, like, "Hey, how do you maintain the culture and so on, or how would you describe the culture?" And I would describe it always as a work in progress, in a sense that I really love here at Savage that we every Friday we try to ask smart questions to all of us to understand how can we improve week by week with actionable items or actionable feedback. So I think because we started working from the get-go, like remotely, we had to work assumptions free and being very honest with each other and very open. So what we are, some of our values in the company are exactly like being really, really open, being really, really straightforward with questions and answers and so on. Never take it personally. And yeah, just really very like helping each other and be and not think too much, not have assumptions pretty much because we had to work like this. So communication is very on and off, and you can't just get up and go for a cup of coffee to clear something. But it's more like, hey, I don't have any assumption. I know this is not personal. Let's always work together.
Last question I want to ask, Gabri, for all the open roles that you have available, so you have 2 locations, so it doesn't matter, or does it?
Okay, so that's a great question. So for the programmers, right now we are still building the core team, and because our CTO is located in Berlin, we would prefer to have programmers joining our Berlin office. In the future, of course, you can relocate to Helsinki, but for other positions that are not programmers, it doesn't matter where you join.